Right, hello everyone. Welcome to a PSA return video. First PSA return video that I'm posting on this channel. Hoping to post them regularly, although it is pretty hard. If you're watching from Australia, you'll know. Probably all around the world, to be honest, but from Australia in particular, PSA wait times are quite long at the moment. I think they're about 4 months, although my subs have been all over the place. This sub that's just come back, I sent 2 months ago. I've got ones that were sent 4 months ago that haven't come back yet, so PSA is a bit unpredictable at the moment, not to mention all the price rises and things like that. So hopefully there'll be a bit of regular PSA content on this channel. We've got 11 cards to get back today and to have a look at. Hopefully get a few 10s. I've sort of been second guessing a lot of the grades. I haven't seen them yet, but wondering about upcharges and whether I would have been upcharged on certain things. But prices are so volatile at the moment. Who knows what values PSA are using for their upcharges. So let's just have a look at them, see if we can get a few 10s, hopefully get at least 9s if we don't get 10s, and see how we go. All right, so I haven't done this for a while because there's been such a wait. So let me make sure I'm not revealing the grade when I turn it over. Okay, so I think I might have these relatively in order that I submitted them in. Some will be going straight in the personal collection, depending on the grade. Others will be up for sale. So feel free to check my socials and so on for sales posts and things like that. All right, so we have an NTV from Brown Zenith. Let's have a look. I think I've already got a 10 of this in my collection, so this would be one for sale. Starting off with a Gem Mint 10. Excellent start. All right, so we are going to make a 10 pile there. Hopefully that's all we'll need, although that would be very surprising. I'm sure we'll have some lower grades in there. That is our 10 pile. Okay, what do we have next? Okay, this is one hopefully for the personal collection. I do collect Mew and Mewtwo cards. Already have a 10 of the Bubble Mew, so this is the shiny full art Mew from the same set. Would be nice to add to the Bubble Mew. We have a Mint 9 on that one. Okay, I wonder if the centering perhaps a bit off, or I seem to remember it being fairly mint, but that's all right. Okay, so we'll start a 9 pile over here. And we'll move on to our next one. Okay, another one hopefully for the personal collection. I am trying to collect all of the Three Birds cards in a 10. I think at the moment the only one I have is the promo, the Stained Glass Birds promo. So this is another one to hopefully add. We have a Gem Mint 10. Excellent. All right, so the 10 pile is growing. Fantastic. That'll go there with the Entei. All right, moving on. What do we have next? Okay, Gardevoir EX. So these special illustration rares have been all over the place in price lately. It's been interesting having cards away in PSA and watching with PSA and watching cards skyrocket in price and then come back down before I even get the grades back. So who knows what it's worth these days. But this is from Scarlet and Violet base set, one of the special illustration rares, one of the first special illustration rares. We have a Gem Mint 10. Fantastic. Another one for the 10 pile there. Okay, so what are we? We're 4 cards in out of 11, so about 7 to go. Right, what do we have next? Okay, another beautiful card, another one with the 3 birds, obviously not from the Hidden Fates era. This is a more modern one. I do have this one in a 10. I think I tried for ages to find gradable copies and just couldn't, so I sort of ran out of patience and bought one. So this will be up for sale if it did grade a 10. I can't remember what the condition was on this one. Centering looks all right. Let's have a look. We have a Mint 9. Yeah, so they're really hard to find gradable copies of those, I find. I can't remember what was wrong with that one, if anything. Obviously, I thought it was a chance at a 10 if I was sending it off. All right, adding it to the 9 pile. There are a couple of pretty expensive cards towards the end here, but we'll see what happens with those ones. We've got 3 10s and 2 9s so far. All right, what are we up to next? This one. Okay. I'm sure I'm about to make myself look very silly. If this is the one I'm thinking of, I really want a 10 of this for my personal collection, by the way. As I mentioned, I do really love Mewtwo and Mew cards. I remember buying this card and having a look at it and being like, this is the most mint condition card I've ever seen. If this doesn't get a 10, I'll just give up the game. What should get like a 6 or something now because I've missed something. We have a gem mint 10. Excellent. All right, I am at least somewhat good at picking 10s, I think. That is going straight in the personal collection. I would love the Charizard card that's the opposite view of this, but that is much, much harder to grade. I do have one of those away at the moment, but they are very, very tricky to get in a 10. All right, add that to the 10 pile. So what are we? We are, I think, 6 cards in, so 5 cards to go, with a couple of really big hitters in there towards the end, I think. Oh, this is a big hitter. I may have just revealed the grade. Now, not expecting a heap from this. I think it was in pretty good condition, but these illustration rares are very, very hard to grade. So sort of expecting a 9 on this, could be lower. If we get a 10, it would be a fantastic result. It's the Groudon illustration rare from Paradox Rift. Unsure whether I'd keep this one or not. The artwork is beautiful. So let's see what we get first. Our grade is a mint 9, yeah, pretty much to be expected. I'm sure there's probably some print lines or something on there. I thought it looked pretty good, but illustration rares, I tend to steer away from grading unless I really, really like them, just because they're so hard to get a read on whether they're in good condition or not. All right, that can go in the 9 pile. All right, what have we got left? What are we up to? Okay, another fairly big hitter. All right, Arceus, depending on how you say it, V-Star from Crown Zenith. Would love to have these gold cards in a 10. I think I have a copy of, at least one copy of most of them away with PSA at the moment, except the Giratina. I haven't been able to pick up that in a well, for a good price and in gradable condition. But hopefully we can get a 10 on this one. What did we get? We got a Gem Mint 10, fantastic. Not sure what I'll do with that one yet. I always do this. I get a sub back and I think, oh, I'll sell most of the cards, make a bit of money, use that to fund my next sub, and then end up wanting to keep most of the 10s. So we'll have a think about what we do with that one. That is a very nice card. All right, into the 10 pile. All right, how many do we have left? I think we've got 3 left. I'm trying to think what I haven't checked yet. I know what 2 of them are. I think they might be the last 2. It's a couple of tag team cards. Can't remember what this other one is. What would it be? Ah, this one. I forgot about this one. Okay. Again, probably expecting a 9 on this one, simply because I'd looked it up after I sent it off. I thought it was very good condition. The 10 rate on this, like the number of 10s as a proportion of how many cards are submitted, is very, very low, which is sort of unusual for special illustration rares. So would love to get a 10, but I'm thinking a 9 is probably more likely. Let's have a look. We have a, yeah, mint 9. I figured I probably would have been upcharged on that one, so wasn't really expecting a 10, but that's okay. That can go in the 9 pile. Now, these last 2, very, very big cards, but a bit older. You can see 2019, 6 years old now. So, look, would be quite difficult to grade. I think 9 sell for decent prices as well, but 10 sell for a lot. So let's see what we get. Hopefully at least 9s. We've got the Blastoise and Piplup on this one. Really lovely card. First grade we have for this one is a, ooh, near mint to mint 8. Okay, I mean, at least a 9 would have been good. I'm trying to see what I've missed. Can't see a heap of flaws on that card, so I'm not sure why that one got an 8, but that's all right. We cop those. I'm going to have to start a 3rd pile over here just off camera with 8s. Let's hope we can do a little bit better on the last one. So we have from this similar era, different set. This one's from Unified Minds, the Raichu and a Alolan Raichu. Again, it would be good to get at least a 9. I think a 10 would be hard. And we have a, yeah, mint 9. That's not too bad of a result. That's okay. All right, so just looking at our piles, in the end, if I move them across, 9s and 10 piles were probably about the same size. In fact, exactly the same size. We've got 5 of each. Probably prefer to do a little bit better than that when I do a sub, but I have heard that PSA being a little bit stricter lately, so maybe that's a reflection of this. I've got a few more subs to come in over the coming months, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys, and keep an eye on the channel. There'll be lots more PSA returns coming up, so like the video if it's something you're interested in, subscribe so that you see when I post new videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.